Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of In the Booth, where we interview online voice actors and actresses of machinimas, fan dubs, abridged series, and any online web series or video games. I'm your host, JD Carr, and today our guest is Malina Rose. So, Malina, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this little interview.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be here.
Nice. Well, first things first, I guess just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I am Malina Rose. I'm an audio engineer / voiceover artist, and I'm currently just doing freelance right now, working for myself.
Ooh, nice. What got you interested into voice acting, or I guess acting in general?
Oh boy. Oh, okay. Where do I start? Well, like growing up, I've always watched cartoons, and I've always been interested in movies and everything like that. And I eventually got into the anime world when I hit middle school. And so, but it wasn't until I want to say junior year of high school, I had a friend come over and she showed me that she was getting into voice acting. So she was the one who introduced me, and she showed me Casting Call Club, which is a voice acting site where people can go on there and post their auditions and stuff like that, and their projects. Yeah. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. So she brought over her blue snowball, which she so graciously gave me because she already had she had a blue Yeti already. And so she's like, yeah, I'll just give it a shot. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll try. So
Nice.
I sent in 6 auditions that night, and I got no response for a couple weeks until something hit, and I got into what was it? It was I think it was a little fan dub or something. But yeah, I started doing more and more projects after that, and then it got kind of more serious, and then I started doing it for a living.
Nice. So, can you tell us of your first ever role, by the way?
First ever role, that
you've gotten. It could be either your first ever voice role that you done, or maybe something for like an original project. It could be any one of those.
I think my first original project, I want to say it was Wicked Willow, because I feel that was my first visual novel game that I was ever hired for, and it was my first visual novel, and it was the first game I ever played the lead in. So that was very monumental to me. So
cool.
As soon as the trailer dropped, I was like, Mom, Dad, look, it's me.
That's my voice. You can hear my voice on the main character.
So that was kind of my, Hollywood moment. I was like, I'm famous. Not really.
Oh my God.
But it was my legit first video game and paid gig. So
nice.
It was super exciting for me.
Cool. Okay, let's see. And adding on to that, so from then till now, what have been your favorite role or roles? You can have as many as you want. Go.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, definitely Wicked Willow because, monumental. But that one, I'm also doing Misaki Kazahaya, which is a character in Lucid 9 in Enticing Incident, which is another visual novel the patch is going to be released for that soon, so look out for that one.
Nice.
I've done other minor roles. I've done a couple of audio dramas. There's also one, it's an animation that's coming up. It's called Typical Miscreants, and I play Ava, who's this badass sword woman. But she's super quirky, so I'm really excited for that one too. And then other ones, but NDA, so I can't really talk about them.
That's fine.
Yeah, exciting stuff. It's coming.
Oh, can't wait. Here's a fun question that you may like. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you play a lot of video games, seen a lot of cartoons, anime, movies, and all that, right? Mm-hmm. So, who are your favorite voice actors and or actresses? Go. I'll let you have fun with this.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, top of my head, I want to say Ashley Johnson because I mean, Last of Us. Come on, Last of Us.
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
But like, I'll like go through some of the like old cartoons and stuff, and I'll like notice her in there too, and I'll be like, "What? I never knew!" Like, I think it was recently when I found out that she played Gwen in Ben 10 Alien Force or something like that. But she's just so good. Like her roles are so good, and of course, like Laura Bailey.
Oh yes,
is a goddess. So where do I even start with those two? But also, I want to say Barbara Dunkelman and Aaron Zek from Ruby.
Oh, Yang and Blake.
Yang and Blake. Oh my gosh, my freaking icons. I met them at Phoenix Comic-Con one time, and I was absolute like putty. I was like, I walked up to their table, and I remember meeting them, and I just word vomited all over all over them. Oh. It's super embarrassing looking back on it now, but like I have a print of Blake and Yang like holding hands, and I have each of their signatures on it, and I still get giddy like looking at it. So definitely like one of my icons, and I'm like super glad that I met them.
Nice.
But yeah, some just like badass like women VAs. Jason Spizak is one.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mostly love him for Kid Flash and the Young Justice series because I absolutely love his character in that.
Young Justice, yes.
Oh, such a good show. Oh my gosh, people are sleeping on that show. Honestly,
I know. I can't believe it.
So good. Also, Troy Baker, of course.
Oh yeah, the legendary Troy Baker.
Of course, worship that man.
I kind of feel bad for him because like him and Nolan North, they're often dubbed as the guys that's almost in every single game.
Oh, of course, Nolan North was going to be my second because I just got finished playing the Uncharted series, and so they're so good. They're so good. But also, oh gosh, it is slipping my mind. I was a big fan of Todd Haberkorn when I first got into anime because my entrance into the anime world was Fairy Tail.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, okay. Usually, most of the time is when they bring up Todd, it's mainly Oron, but then Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's not Oron this time. All right, Fairy Tail, nice.
Oh no, it was Fairy Tail. Like I watched all of it. Like, oh my gosh, all the seasons.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh my god. There's so many more.
There's just so many. Yeah. It's like there's so much to count.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we start like fanning over VAs, moving on. So you've been in a whole bunch of projects. So what is the one type of voice or voices that you would want to do in the future?
Oh my gosh. I think like when I first started out, I was very like insecure about my voice. Because like when you first start out, you're not used to like recording your own voice and like hearing it play back and stuff. And so I was very much like, I sound like a child. Like who would want to listen to me? And I was very like role envy. And like I'd be like scrolling through casting calls and I'm like, I just want to play the middle-aged women, you know? I want to sound like older and like mature and like seductive or something like that. Like I wanted those like really cool like hot lady roles, you know? But like as soon as I kind of like got over that stigma, I really fell into like who I am and the voice that I have, and I learned to be comfortable with what I was given and just using that to the best of my abilities. So I started nailing more of the teenage roles, and like young adult roles. And so, I found that my best work came when I wasn't forcing myself to sound like a certain thing. Because
Right.
the roles that we are most comfortable with are the ones that we're most natural and prone to. And so if I just played characters that really related to myself, then I would find an easier time. And so I would be less focused on the pitch and like putting on this kind of like character voice, and I just instead of forcing myself to achieve something that I wasn't used to, I became more in tune with, oh, how is my acting? Am I getting the motions across? Am I like conveying what this character is trying to say? So like I felt more in tune with those like teenage and like young adult roles, because that is who I am and that's my strength. So that's just kind of what I do now.
Nice. Okay, this one might be a fun one, or maybe embarrassing question, but any funny stories that occurred when you were recording lines? Like something, like some mishaps happened, or I don't know, something out of the ordinary occurred when you were recording for someone or by yourself?
Oh my gosh. I mean, so I still live with my family, right? So I'll be like recording or like in a session with somebody, and back in my old house, my room was right next to the bathroom. So you could literally hear everything. So like I'd be going through an emotional scene, and then, I'd be like finished crying or something, and then you hear the toilet seat smack down and a loud flush. And it's just ruined. The whole
It breaks
take
the moment.
gone.
I was like, no.
Or you'll hear the shower go on, or like you'll hear my dad sneeze from the living room, and it's like, gosh, why, which is why you need a very good enclosed and sound treated space when you're recording. Otherwise, that's what happens. But but I'll have like, I'll mess up myself too, and I'll have all these bloopers and stuff. I'm such a perfectionist, so it takes me 200 something takes for like an audition scene or something. But unless I'm like in a live recording, then of course I'll be like 3 takes, okay, good, moving on. But like if it's just me and I'm just recording an audition, then I will be as perfectionist as I can be.
It's like, say it and then like you accidentally slur by accident. It's like, God. No,
Yeah,
it's all ruined.
exactly.
I have to redo everything all over again. It's all ruined.
Unless you know how to edit your lines.
Yes.
So, yes. RX is a
man.
godsend, I will tell you.
Oh, yes. I know you probably hear this question at so many job interviews and all that. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, 5 years. Okay, let me do the math. I'd be 25 by then. Hopefully out of my parents' house, first of all. That's a goal. But hopefully in 5 years, I'd like to be working at a studio of some kind, because I went to school for audio engineering, so that's kind of like my main profession. Because I would put that above voice acting. So I would love to be, well, if COVID, if that all clears up and stuff, I would love to be like working, back in the studio and stuff.
Yes.
If not, then, working at home is great. But, I'd love to be, working and getting closer in my career and further into my career as a sound designer and, mix engineer. I would love to do that. And I would love to also, like voice-wise, oh, gosh. I'd love to do something Disney related, maybe Disney, Pixar,
Ooh, yes.
something like that related, or maybe like
Something
a couple
like more like very mainstream. It's like
yeah,
could be like
you
a
know?
very minor, obscure character, but like I would just be a part of that.
So
Kinda
like if you need an extra in the back, like call me, please.
Yeah, I
Blue
could be
Sky
that
Studio.
little bird chirping on the wire somewhere. That's me. Look, I'm right there for that one shot.
Oh, I could, the little girl giggling in the back, just call me. I thought it'd be really cool. Or just more like indie video games. I love video games.
Oh
so,
yes.
I'd love to have more of that under my belt. Because seeing that all come together, I like I like making my siblings or my parents play through video games I'm in to see if they can spot me. Most of the time they don't, but like it's
Aw.
still fun to make them try.
So I think we're near the end here, Malina. So is there anything you want to tell to anyone that's aspiring to become a voice actor or an actress, or even maybe audio engineer too?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I would say most of all, learn to grow a thick skin because, being a voice actor, you are faced constantly with rejection, and it's very hard on the self-esteem. And when you're first starting out, it's very easy to compare yourselves to the competition, but that's only if you see others as competition. If you see them as that, it's a little harder and more daunting. But if you see others as instruments to learn from, I think that'll really help you because, you learn and grow from the environment you're in. And so if you take advice from others and you draw inspiration from others, it very much helps you in the goals that you are trying to achieve. Other people's work ethic can be very inspiring to see like, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay, let me try and work something out because if it's working for them, then maybe it could work for me. And so it's very much a game where you have to experiment, but learning to grow a thicker skin and dealing with rejection and seeing other people get cast for roles and stuff like that, it can be daunting and it can be, what's the word? Discouraging if you're not getting work right off the bat. But like, that's just a given. This industry is very competitive, but it's important that we learn from that and we just keep going despite the challenges because, wherever you go, there's going to be challenges, but if you don't view them as that, then it would be so much easier to, achieve your goals that way, I would say.
Alrighty, wise words, wise words. Alright, so Malina, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to do this little interview.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. It was a great pleasure. It was fun talking with you.
Yeah. Alright, and so this concludes this episode of In the Booth, so until next time, bye guys.
Bye.